Hello everyone, and welcome to a follow-up video regarding my Black Friday order at the tail end of 2022 with Knight Models. A very sizable order to the tune of roughly €330, during the unboxing of which had a little bit of a problem with the box you see before you. And this is a little follow-up video that I promised Knight Models I would do, for one, but two, I don't think it's going to be the end of it either. But I'm going to keep people abreast on how this is going and the absolute nonsense of it, to be honest. But to get you caught up real quick, very big Black Friday order. They had a very nice sale on, so I went all in on quite a few things I had passed on, as well as their new releases, including the Arkham Asylum Supervillain box, which arrived to me 100% empty. It was missing its sprue, it was totally empty, and I was, needless to say, rather gutted. Immediately upon filming that video, the second I finished filming it, I went to my email, I contacted their customer support, the address you're supposed to use for missing pieces in orders, and to date, at time of recording this, on the 9th of January, almost said September for some reason, the 9th of January 2023, I have yet to ever hear back from that address. I did, however, hear back from a community manager, or the community manager, I'm not sure if there's one or multiple, from Knight Models, and I believe that is as a result of one or more people in the Sidekick program bringing it to their attention. So thank you to the individual or individuals who did that, because it got me an answer real quick. So I'll probably flash up the email I got with just, personal information on both parties' sides blacked out, just because I don't have permission and I don't want that kind of information leaked anyway. But the gist of the email is that they requested that in the future I contact them first before making any kind of videos. They asked that I remove the video and implied that perhaps the courier had simply stolen part of the order. So we're going to address all that right now. First of all, in my reply to them, I did point out unboxings aren't supposed to be controversial things. They're supposed to be just all in all good for everyone involved. The person who bought the stuff gets to enjoy showing it off. It might encourage other people who are interested, or half and half on whether or not they want something. It might tip them into the buying category. It's not supposed to have an utterly empty order. On that other note, allow me to just change scene here for a second. Behold, a box. This is the box that my order came in, with everything personal removed from it, for obvious reasons. But I did agree, well, not agreeing to delete the video, I did agree that I would do a follow-up and a sticky post to kind of chart how things are going, so that's the other reason I'm doing this. But this is the box my order came in. It was fully secure, hopefully that is visible. It was sealed like this. The invoice was across the top. I used scissors to cut down that line there, which also means that I cut the invoice in half for the record. But that is the only way the box was opened. If we just take a look at all four sides, you can see it has been perfectly sealed, presumably at their factory, and this is not a new application of tape or anything like that. I think I've shown off every side now, so let's just nip that one in the bud of the courier breaking into packaging, picking one random thing out of everything in there and then stealing it, or maybe it just falling out. That's another possibility, but no, it did not do that. That is not what happened. This is something at the factory level that went wrong. The community email also did ask whether or not this arrived in cellophane. I'll be honest, I don't remember. I removed all the cellophane from everything that had it before I started recording the video. It may have or may not, I genuinely don't remember. Oh, the only thing I can be sure of though is the Titan Overdose or Overload Joker, that miniature. That box definitely did not have cellophane, because I remember being worried that something had fallen out. As it turns out, it's totally fine. It's fully painted, assembled, all the bits were there, perfect. So that one didn't have cellophane, but it was all there. I think maybe the Bane one didn't either, because I remember that box pushing down a little bit. In fact, I still have it sitting here. Let me see if it's still doing it. Yeah, it is. The Bane box is kind of not sitting right for whatever reason. Yeah, as soon as you poke down on it even a little, the bottom pops out. I remember that specifically when I opened it. So I don't think it's a case of whether it had cellophane or not. I think it was a very mixed bag regarding that. But I just wanted to address those two particular issues as raised by the community manager who contacted me. Also, just as a little note that kind of annoyed me a little bit, there isn't an apology in their response, which is a little disappointing. Before we go on to the next thing I have to cover, I just want to quickly show off, this is the shipping label, not the side with the personal information on obviously, but just showing I did indeed cut down it to open it. It was not tampered with prior. That might be important. I don't think I can show the part of it I would like to show without showing something else, which is just to show that it was FedEx who delivered it, which is a little strange because even if I, like usually when I order directly from Knight Models, I pick their tracked option, which costs a little bit more but has faster shipping. Usually when I do that, when it arrives in the country, it's still via Royal Mail, who provide a tracking email or number when it arrives in the country, and then I can track it. I can't track it prior to that. I'm guessing, and this is a guess, because of the value of goods at 300 and something euros, they use a specialist courier instead, and that leads to the next part. So again, I can't really show you because of all the personal information on it. I'll flash something up, but this morning, on again the morning of January 9th, I received a bill from FedEx Express to the tune of just under £70 due to their handling fee and VAT applied on import of the order. Now, after looking into that a little bit since then, it does seem like they pay the VAT if you have to pay additional import tax on your behalf and then bill you afterwards. It's happened before, never with a Knight Models order though, and this again comes down to them suddenly using FedEx. So I contacted support again, didn't get a reply back from the same person, did get a reply back from someone whose English was not as good, and they said this incident has nothing to do with FedEx and something along. I'll flash up their reply. I don't really understand it. I thought they were saying we don't use FedEx, this is not real. So I sent them a photo of the invoice I got from FedEx and the original packing label I just showed you the back of, this, which has the same shipper address on it to prove that it's the same. They replied back again just before I recorded this video, again with a little bit of a vague reply. I'm just going to read it out. Again, I didn't fully understand it, but their reply was, this isn't anything to do with this missing from the order. Orders are shipped by FedEx if the customer indicates it in their order, which I do have an issue with. I don't pick FedEx, I pick shipped with tracking, which costs more and is faster. I don't, at least it never used to specify a courier because it used to come by Royal Mail. I've never had it delivered by FedEx before, which again I presume comes down to the value of the order. Orders are shipped by FedEx if the customer indicates it in their order. Incidents are not sent by FedEx. I have no idea what they are referring to when they say incidents, or what they mean in the context provided. All I know is I'm very annoyed. I got a £70 bill this morning on top of an order that cost over 300 euros, part of which, worth 33 something in euros, was empty. And ironically, if that was subtracted from the price, it might not have been as much import tax because the value of the overall order would drop below 300. So this is probably not the update they were expecting when I promised them to do an update, but what can you do? Now granted, things are a little slow over Christmas and New Year obviously, so I wasn't expecting things to move instantly. I was expecting an apology and I was expecting my stuff to be sent out to me because it doesn't seem that complicated, but nothing is ever simple with Knight Models. So I guess there'll be a third update, maybe, or maybe just a sticky in this video, but that's how things have progressed. An order that should have just been a really nice Christmas treat to myself after a very difficult end of the year has turned into an annoyance that has cost me much more money than I thought it would, and on top of missing goods. Now I should also just mention real quick, I haven't found anything missing from any of the other boxes in the order. In fact, I've found extra. The rat face for Deacon Blackfire, I've got an extra set of the boxes you apply to him, so someone out there is missing them and I'm sorry, but I have them. I haven't noticed anything else. I still have to assemble the Blackfire reinforcements, which is the last big risky thing I guess because it's got lots of bits. I'll get around to that when I can. Still got the Batman cult, the Batman riding the bike and the Bane. I haven't assembled those yet, so I can't say for sure whether or not they're fine, but everything else from the order has been perfect. So I don't know why I didn't just get hey, we're really sorry it was empty, we'll send you the sprue out real soon. That's all it would have taken. I just want what I ordered, that's all. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ta-ta for now.